I moved here in '95. I was about 22 years old. Started doing good, getting my life together. You know, I started boxing, turned pro about around in '96. I had a bunch of fights during that time, and shortly after that, after I got married, I had some friends of mine that got into selling drugs. And so they were coming down making a lot of money, and so they had all this wads of money, and so I was interested in getting that money myself. So I got involved with, I used to drive out west to pick up marijuana with these guys, and I grew up going to church some as a kid. You know, I got saved when I was young, but I was in the world. I was out there. And so I decided I was going to go on a fast and really seek God. And the Bible says in John 4:24 that God is the Spirit. I met the Spirit, and also it says in 1 John 4 that God is love. I met the Spirit of love. And you would think I'm out there buying drugs, and I'm just I'm just crazy, that it would just be such judgment and such, you know, wrath. I never felt more joy and love and freedom and forgiveness in my whole entire life. As I got out there to the people that I was buying the drugs from, I mean, I just could not shut up. I was like, I've met God. And I was just so free. And I mean, I'm in the middle of a big drug deal. So I went out a couple more times. I ended up getting arrested out there, and it was the scariest time of my life, but it was also one of the most freeing times of my life. And so during this time, I spent 5 days in the county jail. I got bonded out, and I started a long court process. My marriage was at a wreck this time. You know, at one point I left, but God, during this time, this is like in 2003, during this time, God really started putting my life together. 2004, the boxing show, the Contender, was coming through Nashville, and they were going into boxing gyms scouting fighters. Well, I just happened to be in the gym that day working out with a guy that was getting ready to fight. And so they came in, they filmed us, and they liked us, and they asked us to come down to Mississippi and audition for them. There was like 6,000 or 7,000 fighters that auditioned for the show. They narrowed it down to 16. I was fortunate to make the show. Went out there, we fought out there. I didn't do very good. I got beat up pretty bad on the show, but I mean, it was just an amazing experience. One minute I'm in jail, looking at 5 years in prison. The next minute, God's got me on NBC, and so you know, this went on for a while, and I ended up going to prison for that. I did 17 months in the prison out west. But my church was praying for me. I had all these people praying for me. I won an appeal. They overturned it. I walked out clean. All charges dropped. That's been almost 7 years ago now. God has completely restored my life. I got an amazing family. I got a great job. I get to be on your show. This is an awesome honor. I mean, it's just an amazing thing what God has done with my life.